set your goals.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're focusing in on something really fundamental, scoring a goal.
Right. And our source material is incredibly short, almost stark.
Yeah, just three simple instructions. Run to ball, kick ball, score a goal.
That's it. Seems almost too basic, doesn't it?
It does. But our mission here is to kind of dig into these phrases, see what's really underneath that simplicity.
Exactly. Because even the most basic actions, when you look closely, often reveal some key underlying principles.
Okay, so let's start with the first one. Run to ball.
Run to ball. What does that actually imply beyond just, moving your legs fast?
Well, running to the ball suggests purpose, doesn't it? It's about understanding where the ball is or maybe where it's going to be.
Anticipation, reading the play, maybe, getting yourself into the right space.
Yeah, precisely. It's not just sprinting aimlessly.
Yeah.
If you don't get to the ball, especially first, well, what happens then?
Then the opportunity's gone, usually. You lose control, you lose the initiative, someone else gets it.
Right, so getting there is step one, control. Then comes kickball.
Okay, kickball. Again, super simple phrase, but we both know there's a huge difference in how you kick it, right?
Absolutely. Is it a gentle pass, a powerful shot, a chip? This single word kick, it hides a whole world of technique.
It really does. The force you use, the direction, the angle, even which part of the foot connects. It's about applying force with intent.
Intent being the key word there. You're not just making contact, you're trying to achieve something specific with that kick.
Which brings us to the third instruction. Score a goal.
The desired outcome. But what actually defines a goal in this context?
Well, implicitly, we're talking about a game, right? There are rules. Specific area, like a net or between posts.
Where the ball has to end up.
Yeah.
And there are likely opponents trying to stop you, a specific field.
Exactly. So score a goal isn't just kicking it anywhere. It's achieving that specific objective within a defined structure and usually against opposition.
So that simple instruction operates within a pretty complex environment.
Now, what about the sequence? Run, then kick, then score. It feels logical, obviously.
It does. You generally need to get to the ball before you can kick it towards the goal.
But could you ever say, disrupt that sequence, maybe in very specific situations?
That's interesting. I suppose like on a penalty kick, the ball's already placed. You don't really run to it in the same way. Or maybe a very quick interception right near the goal line.
True, edge cases exist, but for the general flow of play, that sequence, reach it, interact with it, direct it, that seems pretty fundamental.
Yeah, it highlights the necessary steps, the cause and effect for a typical scoring play.
Which leads us back to that contrast. The incredible simplicity of run, kick, score versus the chaos of an actual game.
Oh, completely. Executing those three simple steps while defenders are tackling, the ball's bouncing weirdly, the goalie's moving, that's where the skill lies.
It's taking that basic blueprint and applying it under immense pressure and unpredictability.
So the instructions are simple, but the application is complex.
Right. But do these simple steps point towards any, broader principles beyond just football or sports?
I think so. Run to ball feels like identifying and moving toward your objective, or the key element you need.
Okay. Identify and approach.
Then kickball is the direct interaction, applying effort or skill to that key element to move it forward.
Interact and apply force or technique.
And score a goal is achieving the defined outcome, the success condition.
Identify, interact, achieve. That does sound like a pretty universal framework for getting things done.
It really does. You need to know what you're aiming for, engage with the thing that gets you there, and then execute the action that produces the result.
So even in three basic words, you find a core process for achieving almost anything.
So to wrap up, the core seems to be get into position, interact decisively with the key object, and do so with the aim of meeting a specific objective within the rules.
Simple on paper, complex in practice, but the fundamental steps remain.
Definitely something to think about. So for you listening, consider this. What's the ball you need to get to in your own life or work? And what's the kick, the specific action needed to move it towards your goal? Sometimes breaking it down to the basics clarifies the path forward. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Get started now and set your goals. Good luck.